So in this video, we're going to look at some percentage questions which are of the higher tier and at the really high end grades. So we're talking here grade 7, 8, those sort of grades. Okay, so we've got two questions here, one calculator and one non-calculator. So let's see how to do these. This is a question that you can use a calculator, so you can use all the calculator methods. In 2003, Jerry bought a house. In 2007, Jerry sold the house to Mia. He made a profit of 20%. In 2012, Mia sold the house for £162,000. She made a loss of 10%. Work out how much Jerry paid for the house in 2003. So let's go through this question and start highlighting things. So in 2003, Jerry bought the house, and in 2007, Jerry sold the house, and Jerry made a profit of 20%. Let's use the formula that we know, which is original amount times by the multiplier equals the new amount. All right, so we're just working on this section right now, okay? So it doesn't matter about the number of years because we are not dealing with compound interest. So some of you may look at this 2003 to 2007 and think, okay, there's 4 years. Do I need to add a power of n here? Okay, we are not told what the year on year compound interest is or anything like that. We just know that it has made a profit of 20%. So what is a multiplier for 20%? It's going to be 1.20 or 1.2. If you need help on what is a multiplier, then you can watch the video on percentages, which I have on the channel. All right, so do we know how much Jerry bought the house for? No, we don't. So when we don't know something, what do we write for the original amount? An x. We do know the multiplier. The multiplier is 1.2. And we don't know the new amount. We don't know how much it is. So what we can say is we just call this new amount 1.2x. All I've done here is just multiplied this and put it like that. Okay, so this is what Mia buys the house for, 1.2x, whatever that is. Now let's look at Mia's information. Okay, so in 2012, Mia sells the house. So she sells the house. We know how much she sells it for, 162,000, and she makes a loss of 10%. So let's look at her multiplier. A loss of 10% would be 90%. So therefore the multiplier would be 0.9. So for Mia, let's just put a line under this. For Mia, we don't know what her original amount is, but we do know that she bought it for that. So that can be the original amount. Okay, so that will be 1.2x times by, now, so we have the original amount. This is the original amount. Now we just need her multiplier, which we have as 0.9. Okay, so we can add her multiplier 0.9. And we know that she sold the house for 162,000 after losing 10%. So that will become her new amount. Okay, so that will be 162,000 pounds. So if we calculate this 1.2 with the 0.9, so go get your calculators and put that in. That gives us 1.08, and then we add the x next to it. So that's going to be simplified. And now to find x, all we need to do is take this 1.08 to the other side by dividing. So we have 162,000 divided by 1.08, and again put that into your calculator, and that gives us 150,000 pounds. Now, what was x? Let's go and trace it back. X was the original amount that Jerry bought the house for. So this is how much Jerry paid for the house in 2003. That's your final answer. Okay, so on to the next question. Now, this question requires you to do this without a calculator. So this is something that will appear on paper 1 of the GCSE exams. And this is indicated by this sign here anyway. Okay, so you can see that. So let's have a read through the question. Here are 3 rectangles, A, B, C. The area of rectangle B is 10% greater than the area of rectangle A. And the area of rectangle C is 10% greater than the area of rectangle B. By what percentage is the area of rectangle C greater than the area of rectangle A? Now, we don't have any measurements on our rectangles, so we are going to have to use some expressions to help us. Okay? So let's begin by the first sentence. The area of rectangle B is 10% more greater than the area of rectangle A. Since we don't know what rectangle A's area is, let's just put it down as an X. So therefore, if this increases by 10%, and 10% increase is a multiplier of 1.10 or 1.1. So the area of rectangle B would be x times by 1.10 or 1.1x. So this expression right there indicates the area of rectangle B. Okay? Now, if we read the second sentence, it says the area of rectangle C is 10% greater than the area of rectangle B. So that means to go from here to there is going to be a 10% increase. Okay? So how do we do that? We again multiply by 1.10. So now what we need to do is 1.1x times by 1.1 again, or 1.10. You don't need to write the 0, by the way. So as you can see, I can add it there if I want to, but it doesn't add anything to it because the number is still the same. Okay. So all I need to do is 1.1 times by 1.1, which is simply doing 11 times 11. Remember, you can't use a calculator. All right. So if you do 11 times 11 and then take into account the decimal places, 11 times 11 is 121. And how many decimal places do we have? We have one here and we have one here. So we have to give this 2 decimal places, which means it will be 1.21. And of course, the x, remember we had the x coming along, so the x will just tag along here. So the area of rectangle C is 1.21x. But what does the question actually ask us to do? It asks us to find by the percentage, okay? By what percentage is the area of rectangle C greater than the area of rectangle A? So let's write down the area of rectangle A is x, and the area of rectangle C is 1.21x. Now you can see that there is a jump of what percentage? You can just look at percentage increase right there is 21%. So the jump is 21% increase. And that answers the question. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please do give it a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to the channel for all new videos. Bye for now and see you in the next one.